Live. Give it a second here. 13 love, 13 knowledge, 13 wisdom, 13 respect. This is your creation 13. Today we're talking about a simple way of understanding the mysteries of God, or the mysteries of the Creator, or the mysteries of Christ. We really have to look at simplifying things. Born and raised in a Christian home, went to church, and I don't know. Throughout the times I went to church and was taught by man, right? Taught by a pastor. Things always felt like it was a story that was being told to us. To the point where at times it wasn't understood, right? As a child, I didn't really understand it. I began to understand personal relationship with Christ, but never really could understand the full concept of what the pastor was talking about. And even through my teenage years, I never really got. I just couldn't figure out what they were trying to look at, let alone. Because when I went to church, I always looked for something more, something deeper, as well as other things for me to learn about life, right? To learn about life, but I always wanted to have a better understanding of the mysteries, right? Of the mysteries. Read the Bible front to back over and over again. Read my favorites over and over again, whether it be Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Revelations 50 bajillion times. Exodus, I always find interesting, and as I'm doing research, Exodus popped up again. And that's where it brought up the mysteries of the Creator, right? I'm doing research on the covenant of the Ark, or the Ark of the Covenant. And the mysteries really are only there because there's really not a way to fully grasp the idea of an understanding, right? There's an understanding. A lot of people understand things, but there's not an understanding, and there's not an overstanding of the mysteries, right? There's simplicities within the mysteries. The mysteries are within you, right? The mysteries are within your temple, within your body. The more and more I read about, how's it going, Richard? Yeah, we can talk about what I eat here in a little bit. But the mysteries, oh man, I forgot where I was going with that now. It happens. But let's get back to the mysteries. But the mystery, man, I forgot where I was going with that now. That's okay. The mysteries of the body, I remember now. I've been reading about the term Father over and over again, because I'm in deep study right now and learning about the words, the hidden meaning of words, the origin of words. And Father sticks out a lot. To me, there's always a lot of talk about male dominance within the Bible. It's just something that's always stuck out to me. There's females in the Bible, right? But I don't know, it's just talk about the Father, talk about brotherhood and man. So it's just, there's a lot of male elements within the Bible. So as I've been studying, reading about the Father, I began to kind of wonder and starting to understand a little more that maybe the Father means the body. The Father means the body, which the body would be your temple. The body would be your temple. So your temple would be the Father, right? Or the mother, right? So, it brings back to the understanding, right, that your body is special and your body harnesses your soul, which in turn allows you to have a full connection to the Creator. And we're what? We're creators, right? That's what I always say at the beginning of these videos. You are creation 13, because we are co-creating realities together, right? I think there's always that complex idea, and this is an idea I've always had because of the churches. This is always the idea I've had with the churches, is that God was a being, a physical being, sitting in his throne observing creation. And that could be the case. But here I am, sitting down, making a video in my creation, observing. So it's that mirror effect of creation. And it doesn't mean that you're above or below. It just means that you're a creator. Why recreate everything? Creating a video right now. So it really creates a basic idea of the mysteries, right? The mysteries are right in front of us. It is right in front of us, whether you view it as a physical standpoint or as a spiritual standpoint, which is what I'm all about. And that's the mysteries that people can't seem to grasp, is the inner mysteries of the Creator, the inner mysteries of our relationship with Christ, the inner mysteries of the soul, all these inner mysteries within ourselves. So I can go ahead and talk about what I eat, because it's important to understand what you eat is what you're going to feel and create within your environment. So say you eat lots of junk food, you eat a lot of high fruit corn syrup and sugar and sweets and all this other added preservatives, you're hurting your body, right? You're hurting your body. And your mind and all your pores absorb what you eat, right? Absorb what you eat. So everything you eat oozes out of your body, which is disgusting, I know, but it oozes out of your body. So if you eat a lot of greasy food, you're going to be just drenched in that grease you ate, right? And if you ever notice, not saying to smell people, but if you ever notice, some people have a strong smell, and you can smell fast food on these people. It's disgusting, but it's true. So you are what you eat, and your mind is going to absorb that as well. So that's why it's important to have your vitamins and your minerals to boost your all-around body, right? You need to have all of these minerals and stuff within your body, right? Magnesium is a huge important part to have in your body, because that keeps your teeth healthy. If you ever hear people in their sleep that grind their teeth at night, that means they lack magnesium. So magnesium is very important. Your body needs magnesium, right? One of my favorite foods to eat is cashews, because it has everything in it. It has copper, has magnesium, all that stuff. You can get supplements, whatever it is, whatever it takes for you to get those vitamins and minerals. But at the end of the day, ever since 2010, I went cold turkey. Before 2010, I was all about hamburgers and fries and KFC. Anything that was unhealthy, I ate. I still stayed skinny, but I ate very unhealthy. But in 2010, had a humongous spiritual awakening, and right away, I was told I had to quit eating meat, or beef and pork, basically, right? So I quit eating beef and pork, cold turkey, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? So I remained to eat. I was eating chicken and fish until I could figure out what to eat. And then over time, as I was learning what to eat, there wasn't a whole lot of options for those who didn't eat animals. So I really had to be very experimental. I was sick for a whole year. Man, it was horrible, because my body was detoxing all the crap that I had eaten for for years and years, as well as trying to adjust to eating things that I didn't like, which was like most vegetables and things like that. So it was really rough. But throughout the years and now, right now, man, it's really easy to find food that will help nourish your body, right? And just doing your research as well, right? Because there's a lot of saying about soy, that soy's bad for you and things like that. It is, but I learned that you'd have to eat a lot of it to do harm to your body. So if you're eating a little bit every day, it ain't gonna do much. You just gotta balance it out. And there's a lot more foods now that are coming out, right? The Gardein brand has been a lifesaver for me, just because they give you such a variety of food, tastes different, it's healthy for you, got your vitamins and things like that, right? So you just got to take care. Protein is huge. Calories are huge. I didn't really understand calories. Talked about that in previous videos. I just didn't understand why people are counting calories until this year, actually. I was starting to go through some adjustments in what I was eating, and I was hungry a lot more, and I was like, man, what's going on? So I started looking into calories, and I've been watching Ryback. He used to be a wrestler. I think he still is a wrestler, but he has some vegan weight gain and all these other nourishing things, shakes and all that, to help you build muscle while staying healthy. And he was explaining what calories are, and we view calories as fuel. So you want to be able to make sure you're having the calories you need. So I was adding it up with the protein, and it made a lot of sense, and it helped me kind of balance things out a lot more. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I haven't eaten meat fully since 2012, I think it was, is when I quit eating fish and chicken. And then I've been animal free ever since. No cheese, no milk, nothing. Which is what I stopped eating as well in 2010, was no milk or cheese or nothing, man. Ice cream. I ate ice cream, so it does count as milk. But eventually there's like almond milk ice cream and all that stuff out there now, so you can have ice cream without it being dairy. So, and these are lifesavers as well. The Bolthouse Farm drinks, I don't know if you can see that, but it's good stuff as well. So anyways, with that being said, that's helped me a lot, right? Because you feel a lot more refreshed. I don't feel dirty, because back in the day in 2009 and earlier, I would feel dirty sometimes. Like, you could feel the grease in your body. You felt dirty. You did. And I could feel that big difference as my body was detoxing. I was just starting to understand my temple, and I feel nice and clean now, right? And that's what's important, is to have a clean temple, to clean out the mysteries of your body, right? Because if you're full of poison and toxins, the mysteries of the Creator will never really be shown to you, because your body is fighting so much within itself of trying to figure out ways to get rid of the toxins within your body. So it's important to take care of your body. So hopefully that helps. I can make a whole video on that, but to sum it up. But getting back to the mysteries, right? It's very simple. The Bible reveals all the mysteries. It does, but it's so coded. It's to me, it's very outdated now. That's why I've been just looking at what words mean, trying to get a simpler way of presenting what the Bible's trying to talk about, right? The Bible's talking about the mysteries of the stars and the seasons, as well as understanding how the stars and the planets and the seasons affect our body and affect our soul. It's one and the same, right? Because people are learning more and more that astronomy, the zodiac, is all over that Bible, all over it, man. Like when I'm researching, just reading through Exodus with new eyes, it's just full of astronomy. Like literally every word is talking about the stars, the constellations, and the season it is in. But it also talks about what you go through during those seasons, what you go through where the stars are at that time. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And it's important to understand that. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it's important to understand why we go through what we go through, why we feel how we feel, right? And building the faith and relationship with the Creator in Christ is so very important, because it's a story. That's just what my spirit's telling me right now. It's a story, and we have to follow the laws of the land, and we have to stay within universal order, universal law, and maintain the contracts that we have during this time on earth, right? During this time on earth. All from the Spirit right there. So we have to realize that we're here for a reason. We have to remember, which is what everybody's doing right now. I've been really observing this whole revival thing, right? And it's important to understand that the mysteries of the Creator and the mysteries and teachings of Christ are being revealed. It's just chaotic right now because people are having to drop the ideas of what we were taught, right? Like myself, right? The ideas of what I was taught in church, and begin to have a deeper relationship with Christ through meditation and prayer, and having those conversations. As I stated earlier, listening to the Spirit, listening to your soul speak of what's being presented, right? Fully trusting in what is being made known, right? Because whatever you research, it's going to get deeper, and the answers you look for will be revealed, and whoever watches this stuff, the Spirit, Holy Spirit, will communicate in a way that will help you put the pieces of the puzzle together of the mysteries, right? And it's hard to talk about the mysteries because, the mysteries of what? The understanding of love, the understanding of connection, the understanding of unity through diversity, right? That's one of the biggest things. I was watching a video yesterday with the Growing Pains actor. He's a Christian. And then the oldest sister in Full House, which is the Growing Pains sister, so their brother sister. I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. But they have a strong relationship and faith in Christ, and they were I love the conversation they had. It was very realistic. And the Full House actor, I don't know their names offhand, but the Full House actor expressed that it's a lot easier to talk to a stranger who doesn't know Christ than it is to talk to somebody who knows Christ and has built their own ideas and faith around how Christ is and how Christ, or how you should be as a Christian, or how you should be in any domination or title that you give yourself, right? And she said, so very frustrating, because I go through the same thing. It's frustrating. I mean, you can talk to a stranger who doesn't know Christ and have an awesome conversation, but when you start talking to people who have a title, which would be Christian or Jewish or whatever it is, have a title, it begins to be a debate of like, well, let me test your faith. Let me test your scripture knowledge. Let me test this, and let me test that. Like, what is that? Like, what is trying to be presented, and that's the religious spirit. That's the religious spirit, trying to outdo one another, because we're taught in church about that we have to be a certain way. We have to vocalize the Christian or the religious title, Christian title, Jewish title, whatever it is, and then be the dominating force. And that's not what it's about, right? It's not. Christ hated the churches and the doctrines that were being presented. You read it in the Bible. He was throwing tables. He hated it, right? Because it took you away from having that personal relationship with the Creator, right? In the prayer closet, through meditation, having those relationships is so very important, to help you discover the mysteries of the Creator as well. So kind of dragging this on. It's just important to understand. That's all about love and encouraging people, right, to have a relationship within yourself, to release your soul from bondage, right, to heal yourself, to fix yourself, and discover the salvation within your life, because it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about finding the best version of you and creating happiness within your life, right? Without happiness, you struggle. You wrestle with yourself, right? You wrestle with the demons in your head. You wrestle with the ancestral curses, the family curses, and the bondages that we're born into, right? There's so much things going on. But when you open up the spiritual encounters, the spiritual life, you begin to see things in a deeper way. You begin to realize, it's not just about the physical reality. There's a whole other realm of dissecting your mind. You can change your mindset, right? You can be your own psychiatrist. I learned that, right? You can be your own psychiatrist and help heal yourself. It's possible, right? You can heal your addictions. You can heal old wounds. You can have a better understanding of the self, of what serves you, what doesn't serve you, and things of that nature, right? It's so very important, man. So very important to build that. And it's hard in this day and age, and that's why so many people struggle, because it's always busy, right? We're constantly busy all the time, to the point where people just don't have time to have that meditation time or that prayer time, to create a bond with the Creator, right? Talking about Christ really is hard at times, because it just depends on who's watching. But since Christ is my rock foundation through everything, that's all I know. That's all I know. And it works, and it's important to have that one voice instead of many voices, right? Because if you don't have the one voice, then you wander. Then you wonder. I could not even think of what it would be like to not have a relationship with Christ. Like, I would be lost, because I've always turned to Christ when I would go through my darkest time, or if I needed help or something like that, I would always turn to Christ. So I just couldn't imagine what it'd be like without that relationship. It just blows my mind, and it's saddening too, because there's so many people struggling that's never had that encounter. There's people who have the knowledge of the Bible and everything like that, but they have never had the personal encounter with Christ, right? They have all this knowledge in the world of the Bible and everything like that, but they don't have a relationship with Christ. It's true. There's people out there, and it just astonishes me. And then you got the New Age communities that focus on talking with all these spirits and talking with ETs or whatever it is. Remember that soulless beings have no body, so they can masquerade themselves to whatever they want to appear as, right? And that's something we have to realize, and it's so very important. That's why it's important to have the one voice instead of the many voices, because it can corrupt and detour your way from what's important, right? From what's important. Let's see. Richard says, "How did you get your spiritual awakening?" Man, I would say my real experience with spirituality as a whole was as a child, right? I always felt I had this presence that was with me all the time, that was protecting me and guarding me. And then I went to church. Again, born and raised in a Christian home. So my mom took me to church, and my sisters, and I learned about Christ, and I was like, huh. So they would talk about Christ, and then there'd be the guardian that I've had with me all the time. I'm like, oh wow, so that was Christ that's been with me the whole time. So I've always had that spiritual connection. Now on the flip side, I was studying the Bible and having the personal encounters with Christ and the Creator, and just continuously exploring into that, right? I was homeschooled, so I had more time by myself, instead of being out in public school and being distracted by what we go through as kids and as teenagers. So I built my relationship with Christ. But 2010, man, that was my true awakening into everything, right? Into everything. So basically how it happened is, I'll try to make it as quick as I can. But in 2009 in December, I was on break at work, and I saw the newspaper in the break room, and I was like, it was on the front page, and it said this Norway Spiral. I was like, Norway Spiral? I was like, what the heck is this, man? And it brought me back to the X-Files days. Big X-Files fan, Star Trek fan, and it just brought me back. I was like, whoa, what is this? So I started researching this and everything, and then didn't really go anywhere, but it was very fascinating. I was like, wow, what is this? And then January 2010, I came home from work, and I went into my game room, and at my computer desk, I saw Christ. I saw Christ in these two beings, and I was like, oh wow, what's going on here? So Christ was like, hey, sit down. You need to set the computer. I need to show you something. I was like, okay. So Christ just started showing me everything about the world. He started showing me the corruptions of the world, and I got into all the conspiracy theories and all this stuff. And Christ was just like, I gotta show you this stuff. So every day I come home and I just research. Every day I tell my wife, hey, I gotta be in here, and it just was nonstop, right? I would play, I play video games and things like that, but in January, nothing, man. It just was nonstop. So after I was done with the computer, Christ was like, all right, now it's time to go into learning about meditation. And I was like, wow. I was like, man, I haven't really meditated since 94 or 95. I started doing research about meditation back then, and then I just kind of lost interest and whatnot. So I had to start learning about meditation, and Christ was teaching me about how to heal yourself and fix yourself within. Learning how to get rid of all the garbage within, all the family curses, right? I learned about all the curses of my family and of my bloodline. I had to learn how to heal that. And Christ would just show me different ways through imagery, right? It'd be through your third eye or your God eye, whatever you want to call it. Or in the Bible, it's called the lamp is the eye of the body. So the lamp is the eye of the body, is the pineal gland, which also talks about in in the story about Jacob's ladder, where Jacob went to the pineal. So it's talking about your third eye. So Christ taught me how to use that. It's a projector. It's how we see through the Spirit. It's how through meditation, we go into these holodeck structures. Bizarre things, but it's true. You go through these holodeck things, and you learn about your soul. You're literally walking through your soul, and you're cleansing your soul, which in turn is what Exodus is about. Once I get some time to start writing that, because I'm reading through First Kings right now, but I'm probably going to do Exodus after First and Second Kings, because that's what Exodus is all about, is that deep journey through your soul, right? Through the desert. So that's what I had to do. I had to learn about the projections of meditation, learn that it's an illusion, right? But illusions aren't bad. It's just an illusion. So you don't get lost in the beauty and the delightfulness of the meditation. This is why it says in the Bible, right, to use the power of discernment, and how messengers, right? Angels translates as messengers. So these messengers will appear to you, and they're going to use because they're soulless beings, not soulless, but they're soul being that has no body, so they have to present a body to you. So they're going to use your database to manifest itself to you, in whatever form it may be. That's not the real form, right? So I had to learn about that and all the mysteries of Christ's teachings, all the mysteries of the Creator. That's what Christ taught me, and just being consistent over time. So yeah, that's my spiritual awakening, really simplified, and it was uncanny, right? It just made my relationship and my faith with Christ so much more. It blew my mind, and I was able to see things in a whole different way. So it was beautiful, man. It was real beautiful, and you want to share that with people, but it's hard because Through meditation, it's your personal encounter. So to explain your experiences is hard because you have to experience it and then go, oh, now I know what you're talking about, right? So as an observer, I always pay attention to people who have their dreams and visions, especially if it's about angels, ETs, or Christ. I am very observant of those to kind of see if they understand what the symbolisms mean. Everything is symbolic. Everything is symbolic. So these people will always jump to conclusions before spending time with the Creator of like, oh, hey, I had this vision. Let me go into my prayer closet. Let me go into meditation and talk with Christ about that encounter. Instead of just blurting it out going, oh, I had this dream about the end times, or oh, Christ is coming back. Instead of going, oh, hey, if Christ came to me, I can have a conversation with Christ. Let me actually talk to Christ and find out what this meant. Right, and that is huge. That is so very important. That's what I'm all about. Right, is like, hey, build that relationship deeper with Christ and discover those mysteries within yourself. Don't literally take the message that you receive, but write it down and decode it, because everything is meant to be decoded. That Bible is meant to be decoded 7 times. That's what I'm learning. 7. There's 7 ways to read the Bible. I ain't going to have time to read it in 7 ways, no way. But there's 2 ways that I am doing research on. The zodiac and astrology was talked about in the Bible. And then the soul and your body and how you got here. It's all in the Bible. It's all in there. And those are the 2 things that I am heavily researching right now. It's all in there. And you just have to know what to look for and have eyes to see and ears to hear. But if there's 7 ways to look at the Bible, then there's 7 ways to hear it, and there's 7 ways to see it. It's bizarre. That's bizarre stuff. So yeah. So anyways, I've been talking for a while. Hopefully something in here helps you guys kind of understand the mysteries a little better. It's hard to talk about, but praying and meditation is key to discovering the mysteries. No person outside yourself is going to be able to show you the mysteries. We can talk about the mysteries, but no one is going to be able to show you the mysteries, because you're the one that has to show yourself the mysteries through your faith and having a spiritual guide. Christ, I recommend, being your guide through that, so you can discover the mysteries within yourself. And it's all about healing yourself, fixing yourself, getting your soul out of bondage. And once you're free from bondage and you have stable foundation in your spiritual life and your faith with Christ, if you go that route, is strong, then you go out into the world and help people who are looking for the mysteries of the Creator and the mysteries of life as well. And you can be that voice for them to begin to have a better life, so they don't have addictions, they don't have mental problems and things of that nature, right? We can give them a guiding point and talk about our personal encounters or whatever we went through, right? If we went through depression, you can share that with that person and then say, hey, I went through depression, but with Christ being my guide and foundation, I was able to have a conversation with myself, because that's what it is. Have a conversation with myself to be able to have the will and intent to change. You got to have the will and intent to change. You don't have the will and intent to change, you're going to consistently stay on the same path, and you're never going to grow and mature in life as well. So that's huge as well. But I'm going to end this out with prayer and then get out of here. So Creator, Christ, thank you for this conversation today. and presenting whatever need to be presented. I thank you for the mysteries that you've shown to us through the ancient text, through the ancient writings on the walls, as well as continuously showing us your light and guidance through life. Your light is strong, and you're a beacon within all of us. I thank you so much for always being there for us, even when we weren't aware that you were there, right? You always keep that door open. We just have to choose to open that door. I thank you so much for just keeping that door open for all of us, and for teaching us new ways to look at the scripts, the ancient text that were left behind, and that your mysteries remain, even though they have been destroyed many times and have been hidden from us. And man has taught us wrong about your teachings, but through the inner knowingness and the inner light, you continue to show us the true meaning of what it means to have a relationship with the Creator, to have a relationship with you, and that you're always there, you're always guiding us, and you're always helping us see with different eyes, hear with different ears, and teaching us to be an inspiration to others, using our story, no matter what we went through, whether we had a bad childhood, a good childhood, struggling through life, whatever it is, that story of going through trials and tribulations, but rising through faith and rising with relationship with you, is a story of a hero, and we can teach that story of a hero to those who are looking for a hero within their own lives, right? We can be that beacon of light to them. And I pray, Lord, that you will strengthen that light. You will strengthen the courage to share our stories, because each of our stories is important. And I pray you will continue to give us strength as we share those stories. And even if we get ridiculed, that strength and love that you give us will always be stronger than those words of discouragement, right? Trying to keep us away from our path that you've clearly given to us, right? We can all get distracted from time to time, but your light's always there. We just got to find it again, and you'll continue to guide us through. So I thank you for everything that you've showed us, for letting your mysteries remain, even if it's in parables, as you talked about in the Bible. You speak in parables. The mysteries are there, and we just got to have the will and intent to continue on. So, I also pray for anybody who is struggling right now, that you will send love and encouraging words to those, and that you will allow the light to shine within them right now. I pray that you will release any kind of negativity or any kind of bondages that are on them right now. I pray that you will release them and loosen anything that has kept them down, and that you'll hit them with the fire, and the mysteries that are presented within your spirit. And I pray that you'll just send that love and the encouraging light to them, the peace of mind that we all seek for through these challenging times and through this busy life that we all live. I pray that the peace of mind, that Jerusalem will come to them in the times that they need it. That they know that love is always there. They're just going to knock on that door and let love in. Let love in. So, thank you. All right, amen. All right, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Love yourself. Keep shining bright. Realize that light is always there within you. Christ is just a prayer away, meditation away. It's important to do that. It's also important to fellowship with others, to talk with others, right? And just be an inspiration to others and be an inspiration to yourself. You can be an inspiration to yourself too, right? It's important to understand that as well. But at the end of the day, it's all about love, maturity, honor, respect, and things like that as well. So I keep talking forever. So love yourself, keep shining bright. I'll talk to you all again. I just got to turn this off. All right. Good night, guys.